give me fuel, give me fire, give me that on Chinese side.
Computer, load Chapter 3 of the 2025 Car Demolition League playoffs. Begin program.
Welcome everyone, it is finally time. Smash heads, glad to see you here because today we find out who is gonna go to Crash Bowl 29. The time has come for our 2025 Car Demolition League Conference Finals. And of course, we start things in the Western Conference this year with our two Western Conference finalists on the field along with the Dale Gray Miller Trophy, which is up for grabs here today. We've got the number 5 seed in the West, the Mexico City Jaguars, Brandon Kuma's squad. What a path Brandon Kuma has taken both of his teams on. Of course, his Tampa Bay Gators will be competing shortly in the Eastern Conference Final. Both of his teams, though, coming from the 5 seed in their respective conference. So what a journey it has been for this Mexico City team. Coming into this game here with a total record, regular season, of course, added with playoffs, 13 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. Mexico City done pretty darn well in these playoffs so far to this point. The 15-5 win over San Francisco in the first round, and then coming out strong in the second round, winning 15-5 on the road against San Antonio. So they have been looking stout as of late. Definitely going to be a lot to handle for Ricky Riffenbach and his Nevada Thunder. The number 2 seed of the Western Conference coming into this game. And of course, San Antonio was the 1 seed being upsetted. But now, Nevada trying to defend home court. They won their 1 playoff game so far. Big victory against the Denver Mustangs. A huge overtime win to knock out the defending world champs. Ricky Riffenbach, as a result, getting his first playoff win last week. So this week, his second playoff win, he hopes will take him to the Crash Bowl. That being said, a record of 13 wins, 5 losses, no ties, and 3 overtime losses. The Nevada Thunder, your 2025 Pacific Division champions. And of course, both these teams trying to become your 2025 Western Conference champions right here and now. So what else could be said about it? 2 very solid teams set to compete. Of course, Nevada, 9-1, 0-1 in their last 11 games. Trying to keep that going. And of course, Mexico City looking dominant in the playoffs to this point. Let's go on ahead and get a look at their lineup. Starting on the visiting side with Brandon Kuma's Mexico City Jaguars.
Hi, my name is Brandon Kuma, and here's my lineup for my Mexico City Jaguars.
Leading the way for Mexico City today, it's going to be Inquisitor. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Charizard. At the captain spot for Mexico City today, it's going to be 48 Hours. And at 5-point gainer for the Jaguars in this one, it's going to be Solid Snake. So there you have it, folks. Brandon Kuma's Mexico City Jaguars on the road looking for what would technically be another upset. And boy, they've been dishing them out in big ways. A pair of 15-5 wins, but now we go to the home side of the field. This team's been looking pretty good too for the past couple of months. It's Ricky Riffenbach in his first conference final appearance, his Nevada Thunder.
Hi, I'm Ricky Riffenbach, and this is the lineup for my Nevada Thunder.
Leading the way for the Nevada Thunder today, it's going to be Greg Tech. At the middleman spot, coming off his overtime game winner, it's Rising Heat. At the captain spot for the Thunder today, it's going to be Purple Fire. And at 5-point gainer for the Nevada Thunder in this one, it's going to be Black Lena. So there you have it, folks. Both teams ready and set to go. Of course, the Dale Gray Miller Trophy on the field to be awarded to the winner here today. And of course, both teams looking to punch the golden ticket that will take them to Crash Bowl 29. So here it is being removed from the field as we will get things started here very soon. Both teams now got to get removed from the field, of course. Back 3 for Mexico City makes their exit there. Back 3 now for the Nevada Thunder making their exit. So that now leaves us with the front runners on the field ready to do their thing. Inquisitor and Grid Tech leading this game off. Thunder and Jaguars. Here we go, the Western Conference Finals underway. Both cars stay up in that first collision. They go at it again. And another shot. Both cars somehow still hanging on. And out of play goes Inquisitor there. So he was teetering on the edge and finally did go. But the out of play there, we still have a scoreless game between Mexico City and Nevada. These two teams did actually meet up once in the regular season. And that was back in, let's see here, week 9. And Mexico City was home that day. They got a 15-10 win at home. Now they're on the road, scoreless still, 0-0 as we continue. And both cars again hanging on, staying in this game. Good match so far. As both these cars look for the first 5 points. They almost had them. An Inquisitor with a great defensive maneuver. He'll take the home side of the field, but he'll be going back to the visitor's side after taking another out of play. That time he bolted out of play right there. Still a scoreless game. Thunder and the Jaguars still battling. Both cars staying up yet again. And another chance and another out of play. This time Grid Tech is the car that goes out. And we still continue scoreless here. Mexico City. You know that the Jaguars, here in the week of Mexico's Independence Day, this Tuesday, September 16th, Mexico's Independence Day, you know that they would love to become Western Conference champs during this week. So that is what they are going for as this match continues, and an Inquisitor making another great defensive move, able to stay in this game. But he can't stay in it any longer. Grid Tech from the visitor's side has the first points of this Western Conference final. And these two teams, Western Conference runner-ups, in back-to-back years, as a matter of fact. 2022, Mexico City lost to San Diego in the Western Conference Final. And then 2023, Nevada coming up short against Chicago. And now they go head-to-head here in 2025. Of course, the Thunder trying to make their first Crash Bowl appearance since 2002. Crash Bowl 6, the last time, and actually the only time they actually won a Crash Bowl, but that's also their last appearance. Mexico City trying to make just their second appearance in franchise history. They won the first time around in 2019, but they trail here. 5-0 the score. Thunder on top, looking for more. And it is Charizard, in case you were wondering, who has come out for Mexico City, and he goes right down, and Grid Tech is looking good. Ricky Rickenbark's up 10-0 here, and the Thunder are a flip away from getting Ricky to his first Crash Bowl. And one flip away from ending a 23-year drought for the Thunder. And that brings out 48 hours. He looked really good in these playoffs so far. He was trying to look good yet again. I think it was the first game that he really stepped up against San Francisco, and an Inquisitor kind of really picked it up in game 2 for Mexico City, basically, in these playoffs so far. But 48 hours needs a big outing here today. His team trails 10-0. The Thunder one flip away from becoming Western Conference champions. And it's not going to happen for Nevada right there, as 48 hours gets a flip that comes quicker than a pancake at a Waffle House. So that will bring out Rising Heat now for the Thunder. He'll have the chance to put this game away. 10-5 the score in favor of the Thunder. 48 hours trying to tie it up for Mexico City. Rising Heat looking for the win. We are tied. We are tied at 10 in 48 hours. What a player he has been. He's got 2 flips now. And the Jaguars are fighting back on the road here. All even now, just like that, Cracker Jack. And it's 10-10. The Jaguars tie this game to bring out purple fire from the captain spot for the Thunder. Offensive car needing to be good here. Both these cars knowing they need to be good right here. And they go at it. Both cars staying up. Still a 10-10 game, and we continue. And a chance right there, and again both cars staying up as they switch sides here. And a chance, and ooh, what a great defensive move. Mama put him in a K-pop video. Somehow, 48 hours still in this game. Purple Fire used to play for Brandon Kuma. He had a hell of a chance, but this time he's down. In 48 hours, went airborne. We were looking to see if he was going to go down too, but he stays up. And look who is 1 flip away from a captain's day here in the Western Conference Final. 48 hours, 3-0 so far. And now he looks for the conference clincher. How the tables have turned here. 15-10, Mexico City Jaguars in the lead, looking to complete the comeback, but that now brings out an all-star here from the Nevada side. It is Black Lena, looking to tie this game, looking to force OT. 15-10 score. Is that the score that will end it? No, both cars both staying up right there. It almost ended it. 48 hours, almost went 4-0 there. Of course, Black Lena now switching to the visitor side. Does this work better for him? As Black Lena tries to force overtime. 48 hours, trying to send the Jaguars to the crash bowl. These cars continue to go at it. Good battle, 2 good defensive cars. And ooh, 48 hours. Tipping a little bit right there, but able to hang on. Good spin cycle by Black Lena in return. And again, both cars still in this game. Playing from opposite sides. Don't know if they want to be there, but it's what they got to deal with. And they continue their fight here. And another chance, and Black Lena again able to hang on. He has a bit of a weight advantage on 48 hours, but 48 hours has been so good defensively. And we are just seeing that come to life right here as these 2 cars continue to battle it out. And a chance right there, and yet again, 48 hours still up, still hanging in there, still in it. And this time it's going to be over. Right there, the game-winning flip, 48 hours. Came so close to going down a couple of times, and this one is done. Black Lena put up a great fight, and in the end just didn't have any more, as he caught 48 hours just right to ramp himself and could not recover right there. And it is done and dusted. Brandon Kuma, for the 2nd time, has led the Mexico City Jaguars to the Crash Bowl. And that is a huge one right there. 15-10 the final score. Mexico City will go to the visitor side where they started, as we'll get all the cars onto the field. And definitely a great game, to say the least. A captain's day. Oh, captain, my captain. 48 hours. How sweet it will be for him to celebrate this one, if a car could feel. And, but, you know, I gotta think that he does feel this one for sure. Definitely. We talk about the soul of a toy car, but nonetheless, 15-10 is the final score. Mexico City getting the win. Of course, the flip going to be put under review, but as it stands, we do have your 2025 Western Conference champions, the Mexico City Jaguars. Of course, the review, and then basically it's going to be a quick cut here, and we're going to go on ahead and do the final bagging ceremony once we have confirmed. And folks, a hard cut right there, right back to talking to you. Yes, the ruling on the field does stand. We do have a good flip to end the game. 15-10 is the final, as Black Lena just not able to come up big here in this Western Conference Final when it mattered most. And 48 hours. All credit to this car. He's been looking so good as of late. The number 5 seed from the West is going to the Crash Bowl. And yeah, happy Independence Day, Mexico. Enjoy this one, because your Jaguars are Western Conference champions for the 2nd time in their franchise history. They are Crash Bowl bound. But congratulations has to go out right here to Ricky Rickenbach, who played his heart out all season long. This Nevada Thunder team gave everything they had all the way until the end. Grid Tech just couldn't find one more clip to get that shutout today. He had a great 2-1 day. The rest of the team, they needed more from, but 48 hours, such a competitor to come out and basically shut him down. But you got to give him credit for all the collisions, all the fights, especially at the end with Black Lena. He fought as long and hard as he could, but not enough in the end. For the final time in 2025, the Pacific Division champions enter their bag. And it is done and dusted. Brandon Kuma now is on the verge of history in his own right, because he could become just the third team owner in CDL history to get both of his teams to the Crash Bowl. 2004 was the first time it happened with Matt Hughes. 2014 with Alex Johnson getting both his teams in. And now 2025, if the Tampa Bay Gators can get the win over the Boston Vandals, which would actually be their third straight conference title. So much history on the line for Brandon Kuma, and that's coming up in the next game, but he needs to celebrate this moment, and definitely he does. Brandon Kuma, you are the 2025 Western Conference champion, and so are your Mexico City Jaguars, 2025 Western Conference champions, and there they are with their title. And Brandon, of course, from California, and of course Ricky from Texas, so could not actually be here, but congratulations to Brandon Kuma and the Mexico City Jaguars, 2025 Car Demolition League Western Conference champions, and yes, they are indeed going to Crash Bowl 29, so congratulations to them, and we got one more game to happen yet here today, but first a little memory about my dad, and then we'll go on ahead and get into the Eastern Conference Final. The Boston Vandals, number 1 seed in the entire league, can they hang on as they take on the number 5 seed from the East? It is the Tampa Bay Gators looking to make it to their third straight Crash Bowl. Vandals trying to get to their first. Boston versus Tampa Bay. It's Kuma versus Hunter Bradshaw. And it's coming up next. Hey everyone, so today's memory that I have of my dad is actually inspired by what just happened on the field just now, the game that you just watched. An amazing Captain's Day done by 48 hours to basically lead the Mexico City Jaguars to a Western Conference Final win against the Nevada Thunder. And it got me thinking, this is not the first time we've seen a Captain's Day in a conference final. As a matter of fact, all we have to do is go back just 5 years ago, as a matter of fact. And I remember talking about the rivalry between my father and Brandon Kuma. Well, it was his Mexico City Jaguars, Brandon Kuma's same Jaguars that you just saw today. As a matter of fact, the very same cars on that team back then as what they had now. And they were going up against my dad's San Antonio Defenders in the 2020 Western Conference Finals. And I don't know if we can bring up any of this footage, but as you can see, oh my goodness, how far things have come since 2020. The presentation, everything about the CDL, in my opinion, has just gotten better than since then. Kuma started the game off quick, 2 collisions, 2 flips, and just like that, Mexico City had a 10-0 lead, but it was the 2020 MVP, Hot Indy. Yeah, now he plays for the Chicago Wind Attack. Back then, he played for the San Antonio Defenders, and he led the charge. 4 flips on just 9 collisions to send the San Antonio Defenders to Crash Bowl 24. So it's one of those memories that I have of really my dad's team, but it's got me thinking as I'm looking at that field from 5 years ago, just how far it's coming. I mean, we got trophies now, and my dad was always kind of part of that discussion. He was always coming up with ideas like, how can we make the field look better? What would look cool? How can we make this work better? And, eventually we got to a point where we had a mesh going around the field. If you notice in that 2020 footage, no mesh, right? We weren't taking the back three off of the field either. It's just like a totally different game in a way, and honestly, a lot of my dad's ideas actually made their way into the CDL. Some were kind of a little crazy and didn't get adopted, but some did, and as a matter of fact, the pre-draft is actually in place now, is one of the ways that team owners can fairly bring in cars of their own, and that is really because Jim Hulse Sr., my father, pushed for that. You know, I just want to take a moment to just kind of point all that out and just share that memory with everybody. So, yeah, enjoy the Eastern Conference Final. It's coming up next.
What I will do tomorrow when the hands are shaken and the kisses.
Welcome, Smash Heads, back to the action here as we've got two more teams on the field. Of course, one ticket to the Crash Bowl is punch time to punch the other ticket because there were only two of them. Mexico City 2025 Western Conference champs. And now it is time to find out who will win the John Good Trophy and become your 2025 Car Demolition League Eastern Conference champs. On the visitor side here, we've got another one of Brandon Kuma's teams. Brandon trying to make so much history here today. Mexico City Jaguars winning the Western Conference title. Now, if he can get the Tampa Bay Gators a Eastern Conference title, he would become just the third team owner in CDL history to basically get both of his teams into the Crash Bowl in the same season. Just the third to do it. It's been 11 years since that last happened, as a matter of fact. That also being said, it would clinch Tampa Bay a third straight Crash Bowl appearance, which it would be their second three in a row as far as appearances go, and no other team has done that. So Tampa Bay trying to become the first to accomplish that feat. And also, a win right here for Kuma would clinch his fourth Crash Bowl title, essentially. Because both of his teams would be playing in the Crash Bowl, you would know he's going to win it, and if he wins number 4, he'll have just as many Crash Bowls as Tim Geiser. He will tie him for the all-time record in league history. So, huge game for Brandon Kuma and the Tampa Bay Gators, the number 5 seed of the Eastern Conference. 13 wins, 8 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. And you know, I said it that they've now won 10 out of their last 12 games. The Mariners Packers starting the season 0-5. Already told this story a couple of times here in these playoffs of how well Tampa Bay turned their season around. But there's a story to be told about the team on the home side of the field here. Number 1 seed of the Eastern Conference, Northeast Division champions, a record of 14 wins, only 2 losses in regulation, no ties, and 5 overtime losses. Hunter Bradshaw's Boston Vandals, you know, they're trying to make some history too because Boston has never made it to the Crash Bowl before. So Hunter with this team trying to win them their first conference title in franchise history. Their most recent attempt at one was back in 2023, just 2 years ago, where they lost to Tampa Bay, and now the Vandals looking to avenge that Eastern Conference final loss, and I believe they lost it in overtime too, for that matter. So Hunter Bradshaw trying to flip the script with this team. This is the first time that they've made it this far under Hunter's leadership, and he's definitely trying to make that kind of history, you know. And they've lost 3 of their last 4 regular season games, so there was a little bit of doubt going into the playoffs, like, are they hitting this skid? But then they came out and they shut out the Buffalo Warriors in the first round, or my mistake, in the second round to be here today. Of course, was the first round for them, right? Because, you know, it was their first playoff game, but they had the first round bye. But when Buffalo came their way, they dispatched them very quickly. Now, these two teams met up one time in the regular season. It was way back in week 5. And it was basically Tampa Bay's last loss before they started turning things around. The Vandals beat them 15-5, the final score on the road. That said, both teams have had changes in their lineup since there was a trade between Brandon Kuma and Hunter Bradshaw, but with his Denver squad. 47 Ronan, no longer with this Tampa Bay Gators team, traded to the Denver Mustangs, and in exchange for the first-round draft pick of Denver, plus Rocket Power, who has done great in these playoffs so far. So how much will Hunter really truly regret trading that car? We're about to find out, but you know what? Hunter's got some defending world champions on his squad, both Highlight and Blue Dragon 2. Those two cars were with Denver last year when they won the Crash Bowl. So there is definitely championship caliber across the board here. And of course, Banana Rocket, a great rookie. As a matter of fact, the Eastern Conference rookie, best of show. You can't sleep on him either. Two very good teams about to go head-to-head in our 2025 Eastern Conference Finals. I think I've said everything that can be said. Let's get a look at the lineups. We start off on the visiting side with Brandon Kuma's Tampa Bay Gators.
Hi, my name is Brandon Kuma, and here's my lineup for my Tampa Bay Gators.
Leading things off for the Gators today, it's going to be Ratified at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be R. At the captain spot for the Gators, it's going to be Rocket Power. And at 5-point gainer for Tampa Bay, it's going to be Night Trap. So there you have it, folks. The Tampa Bay Gators, number 5 seed of the East, winning 15-10 against Montreal in the first round on the road. Then on the road in the second round, they beat Carolina 15-10. Winning close games, playing some team table derby. Can they find another victory on the road here today? But that we're going to find out soon enough. But we got to get the lineups from the home side here. We've got Hunter Bradshaw's Cobb Award winners and Northeast Division champions, the Boston Vandals.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bradshaw. This is my Boston Vandals lineup.
Leading the way for the Vandals today, he's 3-0 in the playoffs so far, Blue Dragon 2. Following him out there at the middleman spot, 2025 MVP, it's Highlight. At the captain spot for Boston today, it's going to be the rookie Banana Rocket. And at 5-point gainer for the Vandals in this one, it's going to be Nitro. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go here as we will get the John Good Trophy moved off of the field. Named after one of the first team owners that ever come into the Car Demolition League. And the winner will not only get that, they'll punch their ticket to Crash Bowl 29 as we get the back three off the field. Tampa Bay's back three is off. And that leaves Ratified ready to start things. He's been good in these playoffs so far. And, of course, the back three for Boston. The home team getting moved off. They're trying to make it to their first Crash Bowl appearance. So here we go. Ratified for Tampa Bay. And, of course, Blue Dragon 2 for the Boston Vandals. Game is on, and both cars stay up. They go at it again. Good barrel roll maneuver by Ratified. He stays in this game. Blue Dragon 2 applying the early pressure. Ooh, gets sent off the edge, but handles it. As these cars continue to battle, still no flip recorded. And ooh, the spin cycle, and Ratified hands on the edge, and they'll switch sides. This might favor Ratified, but no, it doesn't. It favors Blue Dragon 2. 5-0 Vandals. And Boston looking good right now in 4 straight flips and 4 straight matchups for Blue Dragon 2 to start his playoff campaign. And now he takes on R from the Tampa Bay side. 5-0 the score, Boston on top. Looking for more. Almost had a good spin cycle by R. R handles the edge, and yes, they'll switch sides. This is what actually worked for Blue Dragon 2 in that first matchup. Could it work again? So 5-0 game as R and Blue Dragon 2 continue their battle. What a matchup these two have. And ooh! R got off the edge, but Hunt on, and again R taking a dangerous tumble off the edge of the field, and this time another big hit. And there's some debris. It doesn't look like a wheel though. Matchup continuing. Both cars still staying in this thing. Still 5-0 the score. Vandals on top, looking for more. R trying to tie this game up. Ooh, off the mesh, staying in it. Somehow are still in this game. He's come dangerously close to going down a couple of times, but he's still battling. And as long as he's still up, you know this car poses a threat, but he's not going to stay up this time. 10-0 Vandals. And Boston is going to work here. 5 straight flips to start the playoffs for Blue Dragon 2. You know, he had a kind of a sleeper of a regular season, but he has come on strong here. So sorry about that little quick cut there, folks. Basically, I was trying to do something with the phone because I record the games on the phone, and my Bible app actually popped up. So, you know, maybe get one if you're a follower that happens to have to work overnight doubles on the weekend. You know, you know, it's kind of a nice little thing to maybe have. But that being said, we continue here. 10-0 the score. The Vandals in the lead here over the Tampa Bay Gators. They just got, there have been no collisions missed. These two have not missed a single collision yet. About to go head-to-head. Rocket Power, the former car that used to play for Hunter Bradshaw, now tries to keep the Tampa Bay Gators alive in this game. He's been great in these playoffs so far, but so has Blue Dragon. 5-0, and he knows if he can go 6-0 right here, he will send the Vandals to their very first Crash Bowl appearance in franchise history. I'll try to say it next time without burping, folks. A little gassy, I guess, but nonetheless, you know, we are about to have this matchup here. 10-0 the score. Boston on top, looking for the conference title, and Blue Dragon almost goes down. Blue Dragon 2 almost goes down. Rocket Power almost had the flip there to keep Tampa Bay in this game. But as it is right now, they are in this game. Rocket Power close to the edge. That might be the story of this battle. Who can handle themselves on the edge the best? That's what it's starting to look like. And a chance right there. Both cars still up. 10-0 still to score. Oh, what a chance. Rocket Power almost had him down. Blue Dragon 2 hanging on and off the, well, there's off the post, he's still staying in it. Both these cars putting up the battle and almost going out of play, but Rocket Power is still in it. Still in play, staying on the visitor side. Game still on the line. Whoa, Tampa Bay trailing 10-0. That was a bad roll. Do not count that. He grazed the laminate there, so that was a bad roll that we just had. So if you click that stat counter, you know, unclick it, so to speak, as we continue. And another chance. Again, both cars able to hang in there. And another chance, and this time we do have a good flip as I can see a little bit of space. I can visually see the space in between Blue Dragon 2 and the edge of the field. I know his tire moved, but his tire, like, it's right in there right now. If I move it up any higher, it's going to grab the wheel, but like I'm rolling in between right now, and it's just that the knife is thick. But he is so close to getting the edge right, but he's not. He is clearly down there. You see his front end over here. He's clearly not landing. So it is 10-5. And Brandon Kuma, who's come back from a 10-0 deficit already today, trying to do it yet again. Rocket Power keeps the Gators in this game. They trail 10-5. And the 2025 MVP highlight has the chance to send the Vandals to the Crash Bowl. Of course, Rocket Power, he's out on a mission of his own. That time we had a bad roll. We'll reset. I mean, he got airborne, but we will reset on that one. They'll go at it again. And another chance. And ooh, that time, highlight able to hang on. As these cars continue to battle, it looks like Rocket Power has the early edge here. And Rocket Power has a good flip. The MVP is down, and this game is tied at 10. And oh my goodness. And yes, so again, very close to the edge. It did not knock it. It is clearly flipped. I mean, there's no hanging on right there. So it is a good flip. And that now brings out another Rocket Power model to the field. It's Banana Rocket for the Boston Vandals. They had a 10-0 lead. It has evaporated. The former car for the Boston Vandals, Rocket Power out here, looking to basically get revenge on the team that traded him. Banana Rocket, the rookie for the Vandals, looking to get the flip that will put them back in the lead here. 10-10 the score. Here we go. Identical models. Rocket Power has a good flip, and the Gators are a flip away from the Crash Bowl. Banana Rocket goes down, and Brandon Kuma a flip away from completing yet another comeback today and making history happen. Can he do it? Will we see a pair of 5 seeds in the final? 15-10. The Gators now in the lead, and it's all on Nitro to try to force overtime. Can he do it, or can Rocket Power complete the Captain's Day and be a hero? Go Cars, stay up there. They'll go at it again. And Nitro has a flip, and I can't believe it. We're at overtime. Who saw Nitro being a hero today, but he needs to be a hero one more time if the Vandals want to make it to the Crash Bowl. Is Rocket Power has the chance for a Captain's Day. Could not get it, but that now brings out Night Track for the Gators. 15-15. We are in overtime. Here we go. Nitro for the Vandals. Night Track for the Gators. For the Eastern Conference title. And Nitro's down, and this one is over right away. A flip that comes quicker than a pancake at a Waffle House. Night Track has the game-winning flip, and the Gators are going to Crash Bowl 29. 20-15 the final in OT. As Night Track delivers when he had to, when the moment came. And the Gators have played some close table derby games. None may be closer than this one, as they upset the Cobb Award winning Boston Vandals. And Brandon Kuma is going to do it. The third time. I mean, so much history being made by Brandon Kuma as he cements his legacy as one of the greatest of all time to ever play the game of table derby. Tim Geiser, you're going to have some company in the 4 club because Brandon Kuma will win his 4th Crash Bowl. It's only a question of which of his teams are going to do it. Final score, 20-15 in overtime, and the Tampa Bay Gators, for the 3rd straight time, are your Eastern Conference champions yet again. 2015. 2016, 2017, 2020, 2023, 2024, and yes, now 2025. So yes, for the 7th time in their franchise history, they are going to the Crash Bowl, and they're hoping that in the 7th appearance, they can get their 3rd Crash Bowl win. So they are good at getting there. It's winning it all where they've had their struggles, but that being said, a final bagging ceremony has to take place, but before we get on to doing that, I'm going to just review the game-winning flip, and it'll be a hard cut here, right? We'll be right back, just like the last game. Well, folks, after a quick review, I can confirm it. It is a good flip. The Tampa Bay Gators are indeed your 2025 Car Demolition League Eastern Conference champions. But real quick, we got to give a congratulations to Hunter Bradshaw and the Boston Vandals. A season well played for Hunter Bradshaw, getting both the Denver Mustangs and the Boston Vandals into the playoffs. Denver was the 3 seed of the West. Boston the number 1 seed of the East. And boy, did they play hard. They play hard all year. I mean, final record of the season for them is going to end up being 14-2-0-6. So out of the 8 games that they did lose this season, 6 of them, including the conference final, come in overtime. But for the final time in 2025, the Boston Vandals enter their bag. And tough loss for Hunter Bradshaw this season. He made so many moves. And and Nitro was another kind of new addition at the trade deadline for him. He let go of Red Tech, and you just wonder, could Red Tech have made a difference? But credit to Nitro for at least forcing overtime as Boston into their bag for the final time this 2025 season. And that being said, the John Good Trophy for the 3rd straight year, for the 7th time in their franchise history, they wear the crown as Eastern Conference champions. The John Good Trophy goes to Brandon Kuma and the Tampa Bay Gators. For the third straight year going back, they've three-peated now. They've three-peated as Eastern Conference champs 2 times in their franchise history with that miraculous 2020 run caught right in the middle. But there they are with their title, their trophy, and Crash Bowl 29, folks. It is set. It might as well be called the Kuma Bowl, as Jim Hulse Sr.'s biggest rival is going to have his 2 teams going head-to-head in really a Crash Bowl that's dedicated to him. And his biggest rival, who he was also, I think, really friendly with and whatnot, going to win his 4th world title in that game. So a special moment. So much history going to be made. Brandon Kuma not only with the second three-peat for Tampa Bay in the East, but also Brandon Kuma getting to become just the 3rd team owner in CDL history to have both of his teams going head-to-head in a Crash Bowl game. So, folks, that being said, I now know the color confetti I need to buy, and it'll be the Gators against the Jaguars in Crash Bowl 29. And, folks, I just gotta say it, I'm amped for it. The 2-5 seeds making it to the Crash Bowl. Unbelievable. And in case you were wondering, folks, Mexico City will have the home side of the field in that game, in the Crash Bowl game. So in case y'all were wondering, they're both hard field teams too, so they'll have to play on a soft field against each other, which is kind of ironic in some sort of way. But nonetheless, Tampa Bay and Mexico City in Crash Bowl 29. We look forward to that. Until then, James Hulse Jr. here. Thanking you so much for watching and following the Car Demolition League. Definitely, I appreciate any support this league can get. Definitely appreciate all the the team owners who fought so hard all season to get to this point. Just want to give every one of you a thank you, and definitely come back 2026 because it was one heck of a ride. Brandon Kuma, congratulations to you on the Eastern and Western Conference. Congratulations on winning the Crash Bowl. I can predict the future now. But yes, that being said, folks, just thank you, everyone that watched. Until next time, much love, take care of yourselves, be yourselves, and as always, peace. So hey there, Smash Heads. Hopefully you enjoyed this year's conference finals. Only one game to go next week, Friday, September 26th. You don't want to miss it. Crash Bowl 29. And of course, we know it's going to be the Mexico City Jaguars taking on the Tampa Bay Gators. It's the Kuma Bowl, basically. The first time in his career that he's been able to get both of his teams into the same Crash Bowl. So huge moment for Brandon Kuma. I know I've already talked about that. And that being said, talking about some other stuff right quick right here. Keeping our commitment to taking cancer to overtime, right? And another $100 actually donated to both the Animal Cancer Foundation and the St. Jude's. As again, like I said, we take cancer to overtime. And, so now 60 games are covered. 60 out of 75 so far. Of course, one more game to happen. We could have one more overtime game. So each charity will be receiving another $75 or $80 more, of course, depending on the result of the Crash Bowl itself. If it goes to overtime, that's a little bit more. But, I keep it in line. $5 to each charity per overtime game. And it's just insane how many overtime games we had this year. We had nowhere near. I think we doubled last year's amount, if I remember correctly. We came close to doubling it. I'd have to double check. But nonetheless, we did something kind of fun and special last year in a separate video. But I kind of want to add it in to this video because it's fun to do, I think. And plus, you know what? I was pretty impressed last year. Renji the Collision Kitten, our league mascot, actually correctly predicted the winner of Crash Bowl 28 last year. And I was just wondering, maybe he could do it again, perhaps. So, with a little bit of motivation from some of his favorite types of treats, lickables, He loves the lickables. In any case, with a little assistance from that, we've got Renji the Collision Kitten's prediction for Crash Bowl 29. Okay, who is going to win the Crash Bowl? The Collision Kitten Renji's about to decide. All right, let's see which treat he's going to go for. Let's find out. Back up. Here we go. Let's see which one. And he's going right for the one on the left. So that's the Gators. The Collision Kitten, Renji the Collision Kitten, CDL mascot, has predicted a Gators win in the Crash Bowl. So last year he was right. He's 1-0 at this. So I guess we'll see.
Computer, end Chapter 3 and give us a preview of the final chapter. Computer, end program.